Doc, Boko there.
Boko minia.
Me watch it.
Papa. Say opposition man no get brother. Opposition I say be say akwade be say otiti so jointi. Onua no munyina be yi wa ma.
Yeah so
na so no ayi emre ye ntinka so. No cre. Oye den ya power na be ba onua obeka onua.
Asa ho den wo.
Nyankopo adaroma moja di afrosani e dia. Economy ne ebrim ye na. Ama ye hu hwe but adoma kan ntino.
E da nyame ase,
Wa na fam dia kufu ado dia na akokam.
E na aka ho. Wo wie campaign no. Saturday na abato na ebato wo wie.
Oh, nyankopo adaroma adom nti na wie.
What me akọ baby a?
We are 275 constituencies in the last 1.5 almost 2 months.
275. Oh, the one anya cluster.
Bakokra. In fact, bakum you bi na me cluster.
Okay.
2 constituencies, and I'm a cluster of mobile.
Yeah.
Beyond that, me cluster. Be no cluster. I think this week.
This week,
and I'm here.
You move to every constituency,
every single corner of this country.
Hey, but you may easy,
and now for my better.
Wow! In all of that, not just you've touched base with almost the 9,000 delegates higher back,
yes, ostensibly. Because constituencies no carry 7,700.
7,700. Okay.
And region 4 no. And so Ediabum region 4 no the omo said and so 17 times 16.
Okay.
And the former appointees, former MPs, certain MPs, and all that. Omona omoma no money but ostensibly we've cut across all of them.
Now former appointees, how do you get them?
Oh, the former appointees, you see, two things. One castle strategy, and you're rich. You see, when a very good politician already, you should have a very good network with the former appointees because you have lived with them, and they know your worth. And if you're a very good politician, you keep very good relationship with all of them. And internal politics and politics in general is basically about relationships. When you have a very good relationship with all of them, it makes it easy at this time. You. So you just reach out by calls and all that. So you will not be able to get them gathered. But the core mass of the delegates, constituency executives.
No, it is a former appointee, and not just say from 92 be a wire appointee the be to
our party member.
Our party member in good standing.
Your party member be more to say me am of Alutimone.
Okay. But in him say Peter Boamah Otokunor, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. Before so be Deputy General Secretary, na position men now holding.
Na me Deputy Director of Research and na Messiah Party School Registrar. The founder of the party school.
But party school that's so okay. Inti from Deputy General Secretary 1 term, why do you want to go up? I didn't absorb a General Secretary.
Well, situation and conditions produces leaders. And I think that the situation the NDC finds itself in is a condition and situation that requires an Otokunor leadership.
Otokunor leadership?
Yes, and the reason why it requires an Otokunor leadership is that, you see, party in here certain kind of effective, efficient, results-driven, strong leadership, particularly at this time. General Mosquito has offered some kind of solid leadership for 17 years.
17 years.
And you see, with his exit, that will mean that would require more. Because once we try, baby, Juma, not say you free honoma. Two things will be replacing the beer. Say when Timmy equity, I am more than that. You weaken the institution. And I was very fortunate in my political progression. Say Pennyfu kuku damewa party no munyina no many o my
year. Juma.
Yama me na kunu do Ajuma Rollins. One they discover me, a brand new student.
Oh, okay.
And what they may attract me baton.
Former first lady.
Me mama pano. On the child me fluma political.
Oh, okay.
And me fluma wa manyosim.
Okay.
Na menene ye juma. Mene Papa James ye juma very closely. And I learned the thing about Otokunor is I'm a very fast learner. Very, very fast. And so I learned a lot from all the leaders that I've worked with. Mene President Rollins Ayajuma, Mene President Mills Ayajuma, Mene President Mahama Ayajuma, PV Obin, Totobi Kwache, Professor Ahoy. I mean, mention the names, almost all of them. And every single assignment, Bia, Minyomobeya, Ebia, Member Sum, a woman. It's a very great opportunity, and because of my dexterity, Obia Menenbe Juma Credible project be on the shows interest in my development and want to impact me some more. So I come across, even though I'm relatively young, I come across with a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge and skills that the party will need, especially at this time. Party no any general secretary for. Your general secretary should be versatile. Also cutting across various sectors and various, expertise, that is required for the job. Your general secretary, among other things, should understand policy, know policy in its entirety, cut across. I'm an economist. I'm an agri economist. I'm a youth development expert. I'm a strategic management expert. You understand? Because party in the war buying. Party in the war buying, it means that it is the party that produces policy for government. Government is just an implementer of the policy. So if you would serve as a minister, you would be working on a policy that had been developed by the party. So your general secretary, who would be your chief administrator, your general secretary now will be the party name as party no do medie party no policies and so forth. And so what say as said the be what na so do chire mu a obetimi a chire mu ye. I mean say obi when you match and when it comes to issues of policy, the way I deal with issues of policy. In fact, in the last almost 16 years, all the manifestos I played a very critical, very critical centermost role in those activities. O General Secretary so no ese oyobia or cut across various social segments. Should cut across academia. Should cut across the grassroots, the ordinary people, the street people. Should cut across the middle class. Should cut across the youth. And I present that kind of leadership that cuts across almost every segment of society. So what you say? You want to appeal to the young people of this country to rally them for power. You need a young man who understands. Say mbabuduna say, how I say. When you mama benedia or moody. Said the beya obetimi reflect your more aspirations in the leadership that he offers to the party. And I think that I carried that one too. And the basse ye probia what street nase what former say or your grassroots man what that former and also so I come from a very humble background. I come from a very should I say a very difficult background. Russia, Russia. Russia, yes, me a Sukura boy, me a boy. My Bogota to Gota, my So my story is a story of growth. That inspires generations. You understand? It's a story of starting from a position of nothingness, to a position of somethingness. And so I believe that my candidature is an inspiration to the party grassroots. And this is somebody who, and you say, me papa be a big man, be a baby, and now me for be a big man or baby. It has been pure hard work, sacrifice, and loyalty to the party. And that inspiration is what is driving this effort. And that experience that I have gathered. I was very fortunate in the last 4 years. My party for no to me be chairman, Semen Kosum as deputy general secretary. That was the icebreaker. Until last year, I never knew that I would contest the general secretary.
Until last year? Until last year,
somewhere last year. I never knew and dreamt that I would contest general secretary, at least not in this short time. And it was not part of my plans.
What changed?
But you see, it is just preparation meeting opportunity. And I have always said that, Obi, hard work never kills. Hard work will not kill you. Hard work will only make you successful.
Yeah.
So I have this principle of optimizing outcomes. You understand?
Yes.
No matter what. Let me not care what people are saying. Let me not care what you are expecting or the comments. Let me just work hard and produce results. Let me just produce results everywhere I find myself. And Obi, my life is a life of legacies. My life from early childhood, just give me anything and I would make it huge. Just give me anything small. Because I'm in Prahanomo. And that's what I do.
Yeah.
When I was a student leader, in fact, first year in University of Ghana, and I'm a General Assembly, SRC General Assembly. Now I'm a first year student. In fact, my first SRC meeting, no money class, I'm a fresher.
Okay.
It took a long time for them to realize that I'm a fresher.
Oh, yeah, fresher.
And now, about coming to Chuku, I said, now I come say 2 days to matriculation, will be coach Chuku. I say, hey, Charlie, this guy be fresher. We know. One more bet me coach me. But you see, I had this desire to always make a mark wherever I found myself. I led my first demonstration in second semester first year. My first demonstration in University of Ghana. And I did a lot of them in my stay in University of Ghana. Once I knew halls of residence, now yes, you will go on 5 no. I am a legacy no. And I know now me catch the pro a vice chancellor say I think that I deserve, to be named,
after one of them.
One of them, yes. Omachi Chama, Lima Mundi, but they should have had an Otokunor's hall. Because you see, that time when I near war residence problem, I led a mass action that protracted for like a year and over. That mass action and the LED into this agreement we made. Professor Yanka was the pro vice chancellor at the time. Now, my science agreement in ADC, so that those halls. In fact, my first proposal, my first petition I made a call vice chancellor was demanding that we have the land. And there are a lot of opportunities for PPP that we can do to build. We have seen that, Topman has built Vandi. And so they are coming up. And you have the land. So the university must take it up because the university even has the fiscal, authority to make such arrangements, to seek for funding to build them. So I did a comprehensive proposal at the time. And that is what led, to those agreements being done. And incidentally, time agreement now I was a JCR president.
Oh, okay.
So that was how those was. So all my life it has been legacies. Every position be a masomo be a maybe a head of research. Now me Kokuya Juma office of the president. That was the time that we set up the presidency website. In Kufuor do use this
Oh, presidency.gov.
.gov.gh. I set it up from scratch. Content, everything from scratch.
Oh, really?
And that's my handiwork when I was at the office of the president. And when I became deputy director of research at the party, in fact, I deputy CEO after my head of research. Deputy CEO of National Youth Authority.
Oh, okay.
National Youth Law now was here. Now National Youth Authority first, so now annual budget about 600,000 Ghana cedis. 600,000. Intimate salary. Youth leadership training centers. So not very rough. It is because of some of the revolutionary leadership and advocacy. And yes, how long? So how long? Consultative, because people didn't understand why it should be so. But so I youth development. I say I'm a trained youth development expert from the ILO, ITC, the International Training Center in Turin. I'm a trained youth development expert. So I believe youth development should be cross-cutting and all-encompassing effort. That's what I say.
Yes.
And nations should take youth development very serious. And so that time, I had this disposition, and I've kept that disposition. I last manifesto, the creative ministry of youth. I had done this analysis with an officer in UN at the time, about how we succeed in youth development how we look at the structural disposition of youth development programs. and how we implement our youth development policies. Vis-a-vis say a better as a subset of a ministry, you know, of youth and sports,
sure,
or as a standalone ministry, and how effective it can be.
Yeah.
And I remember those days, many Ras, I would always be convincing Ras, look, let's push for this thing, let's get a full ministry of youth. So far, we have not been able to do that. In our last two manifestos, I put strongly that it goes in there. And I think that I made some mark at the youth authority.
NYA
my short stay at youth authority, it was a short stay. You know why? At a point, now you call 2014 Congress by, and I'm 24 friends say they want me to help set the research directorate up
at the presidency.
You know, at the party, after the reorganization,
okay,
after the Kumasi Congress, and General Mo frame. You know, I thought that was a very golden opportunity because every opportunity to serve the party is a golden one. It's very dear to my heart. Working with Rollins, one of the things that I learned is that say and dear for our more party no more. Say person mind tumpon ye pa. Omo de some party. Because party na wo aban no.
Yeah.
Say omo mu di party nanim wonim de. Say bio adwene mu do. Na omo osuahunu no wonte ase no. Na omo di party nanim ya. Oman ni di ye. So I've had this long-standing desire to serve the party. In fact, 2009, I will be a pre-position. I'm a deputy propaganda secretary. I contested a very interesting elections.
Yeah.
The whole entire elections, you know, I say 2000 Ghana City.
Pre-deputy propaganda, no.
That
was a Congress, no.
Debbie Tamale,
no, okay.
Now, my nomination fee, you know, 1,200 Ghana. And I can't really charge. You can imagine the kind of campaign that I ran. And I lost by some 20 votes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I lost by some 20 votes. And that election actually defined who I've become today. Because in that elections, I realized that the NDC rewards hard work. Minister. But, you know, I was working my skin. Like conference, when we could do what 3 days. So now, Obi Amishan be another campaign each run. Even cleaners crown me campaign each run. Now, me kasa, the minibi. Family minibi. And I say kasa tension top on. Makasa kasa if you ever start about to on Joe, I mean, how much trash. Fred Agbenyo when the farm because Ehuno Dokuno be my friend. One with them go to hotel. Many tea and not ya to abanemi na Congress upon. But I lost by 20 votes. From
really?
That day, yes.
For deputy?
Yes, the deputy.
I know not why the winning main propaganda secretary.
No Kwasiga that time.
When Kwasiga, okay, Kwasiga.
That time no Alotejo come soon, you know.
Yeah. And then the Kwasiga there, no.
Yeah.
It is not the deputies near why am.
Solone Agaladi, MP for Pusiga.
Okay. Okay.
And so it was a very interesting elections. From that elections nearby, and I am a member of the elections directorate. And it was a month after President Mills appointed me head of research. Through a Nilan Temone Kokumu.
Yeah.
And and I have served in that office throughout the period.
Yeah.
In fact, free that time, no, me free office, party office one day crowd. Free that time, I'm joining election directorate. I've been serving.
You've been serving
consistent till today.
Wow.
I've been serving consistently till today.
So now you go through a profile now production team the Sunday and political profile NDC Deputy General Secretary currently in charge of operations. Yabeba would have a full way on that. And the Secretary General of the African Leftist Party Schools Union, Deputy Director of Research of the NDC, Founding Registrar of the NDC Party School, a Deputy Campaign Manager for the 2020 NDC John Mahama campaign. And now a Deputy Campaign Manager.
Last year.
Okay, you deputized who?
Professor Alabi.
Oh, Professor Alabi. Okay, now a deputy to Professor Alabi.
Yes. Now my next Segbefia.
Oh, okay, Alex Segbefia.
Yeah.
Wow. And a two-term member of the NDC National Elections Directorate, a senior member of the NDC Comms team, a two-term member of the NDC Manifesto Committee 2016-2020, secretary to the NDC 2016 Manifesto Committee. Wow. 20 years working experience in the private sector, managing your own business, CEO, Cardinal Concept Limited, a company you formed at age 20. I don't know, that's who was cool.
It is our company, not Johnny Hughes, name marketing manager.
Johnny Hughes, TV3.
Yes.
You were a student then?
Yes, I was a student.
Okay, that's quite an interesting CV. I am particularly interested about your PhD journey. And now we PhD time, I Deputy General Secretary.
Yes.
And Obi about close to anything PhD that you know how demanding it is. And especially now you are a Ghanaian university, it's even crazy. Oh yeah, and then what special skill now to multitask, sir?
Okay, before I deal with that, you see, I wanted to talk about something in 2014. But I am a deputy director of research. Now I'm a chief executive officer. Now I made a very, very difficult, tough decision that 99% of politicians wouldn't do. I found me as deputy director of research. I started a Jumami office for 1, 2, 3. When I looked at the office and the nature of the work in the office, I realized there was a very huge vacuum.
Yeah,
a very, very huge vacuum, which goes beyond research, which my abilities and capabilities bet me abua. Space in there one. It man da ho kese pa. I mean the enemy sua hunu bet me abua. And now me who says me ye chief executive adwuma no na me ye party adwuma na I wouldn't be able to leave any legacy.
Yes.
Already I had been chucking some legacy at NY, but I felt that the party needed me, so I had to make an ultimate sacrifice. Very difficult one. Those days my wife wanted me I had to resign the chief executive job.
NYA the
Masa adwuma na me kano. So when chief executive adwuma me kra ho official car me ntofu welo e mo de
yes
party adwuma nso ye ntua kwa is purely voluntary na party no ho do ene se me hu problem bi a me gidi se me nso metimi aboa na party na gina ne na so gina brand nti no
you resigned NYA
resigned NYA
be a deputy director
of research for
at
the
party
purely
office.
when we were in government.
Really?
Party were government too. It was, in fact, my wife Busam said I could feel border man. You know, but you see, I had a vision. I had a dream. I had a desire. I had a will. So I will no. And you push me, mommy, yes, I did. Nobody will understand. In fact, those days, me catch the general say, but why you don't need to do that?
Yeah.
You can serve those two positions. But
Yeah.
me so I did say. Me serving in the capacity na position
You will not give your all.
I don't want to be remembered for the position I served in.
Yeah.
I want to be remembered for the work I
for
do.
the work.
And to work now me and to the me just you've known me for a very long time. Ebra I water credit
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything that I do, I leave something. I leave something out of it. And so I made that sacrifice. It was a very, very huge
Wow.
amount.
At the time, no be NYA CEO.
Yeah.
And Ujai be
Party.
deputy director research.
Yeah. Some na ma fefo ni bi wo ha. Omo kra to aba mo so be party adwuma.
Yeah.
We need power edimrika
Maybe na
kwaji
kwaji position.
Obi akwaji post.
Yeah.
But I was coming to serve the party because of the loyalty and the love for the party and the understanding. Ne say party ni tina ne na so a. What else?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You'd be able to build a solid country, impact lives. You know, the whole idea of politicking should be about lives. It shouldn't be about you.
Yeah.
About where you are making it's not about me. I come in kwa. Now come call deputy general secretary. I bet you I would have gone on a post.
Yeah.
Go be engineer.
Yeah.
Will be our mom they had to come and talk to me and say, oh, are you sure you will go before everybody came in? I would have surely gone on a post. But it's never about me. And I'm also and come I've taught 275 constituencies.
In almost 2 months.
In almost 2 months. I would have been sleepy. Look at me. Once I'm a body now called default, I call default. We're a general secretary default body. a free large size and a cost small size. You understand? So it has always been about the party. It has always been about leaving a legacy. And my mention of legacy is a sacrifice now at the time. That was the time I established the party school. I led the establishment of the party school.
And that was even before you became deputy general secretary.
Even before I became deputy general secretary. I set up the party school as a deputy director of research, both in content, concepting, programming, everything. And yet the party school. One will say, yeah, NDC professional forum.
Sure.
But the first key people I did to boom, Pro Forum ebai. You could be when this your friend progressive intellectuals, I lecture folk across the country. I led the team to set it up. Yeah. I led me and I'm campuses.
Professionals Forum na Sampiale.
In fact, Sampiale has done a very great job from the beginning. You start here, you say, oh, you pay professionals from various groups so that they would. It was like a WhatsApp thing,
and it became something big.
Boom! Now it's very huge. It's
they
the only organization.
To the last campaign.
Oh yeah, significantly. In fact, Pro Forum contributed significantly. Now it's the only organization that has affiliation status in the NDC.
Oh,
affiliation. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It is a very recognized way in the party.
Yeah. You see, and these are my legacies. Just as a small boy deputy director of research, and one day make a story about how it ended up as deputy director of research. You see, a small boy.
And one of the questions,
so you see, but what people do not wake up to, the reality people do not wake up to, is that the wisdom of Solomon has never had anything to do with the age of Methuselah. Age, most importantly, is just a number. It comes with experience, though, but then your age beyond the experience.
Yeah.
So especially near President Akufo-Addo, he tells you clearly, say, age sometimes is just a number. You understand? And you know, with all these legacies, in 2018, it was just came up. In fact, I remember General calling me to say, Deputy General Secretary Juma. When you see any press conference being done, I have scripted. When you see any statement, I have scripted. When you see party guidelines being issued, I have scripted.
Really?
Almost anything that has to do with thoughts and writing and everything, I had done that. And I was virtually doing a lot of things, yes.
And I said, the party people know this?
A lot.
And now we know
the party people know. The party knows what I do in the office. Everybody knows. In fact, that was how this deputy general secretary things came in.
Because I was thinking, because now you're in charge of operations, you will be that grounds person, that boot on grounds person, but you added.
I do a lot beyond grounds, and even when I was deputy director of research, I was doing grounds. Research. I was always on the move. My late wife Freeman.
Yeah,
I was on the field. I had been on the field for almost a month. When she was pregnant, I left her. You know, when that thing happened, I was on the field. And they see if I'm a power frame me, say, oh, baby, I say, we are Casanam, so party phobia, but I'm a few minutes from back. Party. Just for a few minutes, then, do some frames, you understand? But I mean, I'm funny.
That was a difficult moment.
Because I'd committed everything, I'd resigned the work, doing party work, and that thing came. But Nyanko Padaroma, we were strengthened. Seeing him, we get strength.
That's true.
We were strengthened. True. And yet, it is our campaign. When I went round, the people already knew me. Deputy General Secretary Koku Efio Mamijina. It was a very interesting campaign. Everybody was saying, Otokunor, you're a small boy. I mean, you know, the same language now. Then I ended up shocking them. I contested with former appointees, former ministers. We were 11.
Wow.
We were 11.
And now Barbara Freeman.
And the last 4 years has been a very interesting journey. Very interesting because I don't know, by some design.
Now, before that, answer the earlier question. In the last 4 years, you became Deputy General Secretary and you decided to do a PhD.
Yeah.
PhD took how long?
Okay, so along the line, even when I was Deputy Director of Research, I was doing a PhD.
Oh, okay.
It was an online PhD in finance.
Okay.
So, there was this media about online PhDs. I said, look, if I look at my intellect and what I do and what I know, and that I would come out with this PhD and everybody will ridicule it. So I never even mentioned it. Me and quiet and I made it to her. So when we lost 2016, then I said, okay, let me see what I can do with this. So in 2017, I started my campaign for Deputy General Secretary. I think immediately I wrote my comprehensive exams.
Okay.
In 2018.
Okay.
I had done 1 year coursework.
Okay.
Then whilst I was doing the 1 year coursework, a year party, moving up and down and all that. So, me winning election, no, then I had to do 3 years more. It was difficult. Obi, PhD in Ghana is real PhD. When you do PhD outside, forget it. For now, because you see, anyone who academic the instruments, the tools, and the kind of PhD that I did is not social science.
Yes.
So I'm a pure scientist. I have a science background. In fact, I wanted to be a medical doctor actually. Until 2010, I still wanted to be a medical doctor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Until 2010, I was inspired by Professor Mills to do economics. I wanted to do. In fact, my first master's MPhil was in animal breeding. I made agric science, animal science, and I wanted to progress and go into medicine, postgrad medicine, because I'm not a medical school. No, I got about 5 admissions in US to study medicine, but I'm a visa. And I'm a medical so agric museum agric. Nanka my yena me acquire medicine. My supervisor who supervised me for my PhD.
Yes.
When I was in 3rd year, undergraduate, friend, I said, look, the way you are going, you would be a very great politician. And I think that agric economics will help you. This animal science will not help you. And I'm still, Prof, I want to be a doctor. So I know a doctor. Now I'm sure I want to be a medical doctor. So I want to pursue this. I said, no, I see politics in you. And I'm still okay. Me animal science, And so the time I was applying for the PhD, in fact, when I was going to do my master's in economics, he called me and said, but I told you that this is where you have to.
Okay, so you did the MPhil in animal science.
Every year.
And I was saying, acquire
economics,
master's in economics, MA, and then so MPhil, MA in economics, and also Legon. And later, but I wanted to do development economics. And one more day, long procedural things. You don't qualify. You need to do MPhil economics. And so there was an effort, because when I did my first the masters, they were surprised at my results. So the department itself tried to make Professor Peter Kotti chair. Great man. He made an effort. But at times, Professor, I did now I develop a program and I knew so the time I was going to apply for this PhD, I actually went in for economics. The forms I bought for economics. It's a cool department where many professors I got to discuss. Yes, I want to come back and try again, because I tried that in 2014, and then I just gave up and went to do the online. So maybe I'm back now. See, okay, now I can apply, and they will see what they will do. When I was getting out of campus, I BBC said, agric economics department. So I went to meet Prof. Sapon again, and Prof. Sapon. And I said, you are going to do it? I said, yes. Then I said, but I can do agric economics. Why am I going to struggle with it? Because the agric economics is economics. It's full package of the economics program, economics PhD program. Except that you research, you will do applied. You apply economics in agriculture. So anybody who is an agric economist is more advanced than even those who have done normal economics. Because why you always see economics in food and you are applying it to agriculture. You understand? It's a very tough program, very difficult program. It will interest you that I graduated with my seniors who were 3 years ahead of me. Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow. I graduated with my seniors who were 3 years. And so that's how I decided to do economics. And me and Ruli and so throughout, I have a particular disposition about academics and the way I learn.
Yeah, that's more like it.
It may engineering, IT. IT course that engineering course. My house I designed it myself. But the madrasa man no bread. My design here you know bread science and all. Yeah, I know I mistake. We know it's wrong. You understand? I just grab it like that. So that's why I said I'm a versatile person. I understand a lot of things. Because I read anything. When I find it, I'll read. And when I read, I digest it and go further.
With that, then how do you feel when after you decide to be general secretary? I've heard the narrative Okay, Otokunor ye party adwuma or ye hard working or ye visible who no near de banim renso. So general secretary do nya botre kakra. How does that make you feel?
Womunyanti ase you see it is only the uninitiated. Womun party nimo. You see who jade ho a otihiti no. Oni mediane no. Empampan. Oh, abonti a wonni mediane ne mpampan. E betimi aka kire say yekotem refro. Na so no to be before. You understand? Obi a wo party nimo bi a onni party ni ye pa. I follow party ni ye pa. Nim say it is not only my time, but it is because I'm the best pair of hands for the job now. In fact, I'm the best pair of hands for the job now. Anybody who knows the party very well. Yeah, I think China be a party. No, I'm sure Otokunor anybody who saw a young man, but you see, the work is not only about the body, it's not about the age. You know, mosquito. What be the general secretary? No, they 42 or 43 years. Oh, yes, and he's been doing this for a while. Your party Nankasa has a history of young people establishing the party. Rollins became head of state at 31 years of age, and PNDC Amina to be quite PV. Yeah, they were 24 years, 23 years. Nana, they were very young people. The NEC has a history of young people taking up responsibility and delivering. You understand? It's the NEC when you found 2018. Yeah, quite about was Sammy Jeffy. Almost you were a small boy, on train kakra, on your ready, on mature, yes, say. But alas, the same people who are praising him that he has done a wonderful job. He's a great guy. So that is how people would say, if you want to be a great leader, never listen to everything that we hear. Take them into notice, but let that notice encourage you to even prove them wrong. You understand? Yeah. So you continue to work hard to let people who didn't believe in you believe in you. 2018, a lot of people didn't believe in me, and a lot will call me and say, "But I didn't know that you are this good." A lot of people, like it's several, particularly in Pennyforno. I didn't know that you are this good. I didn't know that you are this good. All those people have seen what I've done. Now they are not passing those comments. Is there more passing comments in the fire more outside? And I'm they met to talk or more in terms of age, in terms of the minister and but and yet minister and you show. Yeah, you should general secretary. You understand? If we are looking for ministers, I'm sure they are qualified more than me. But if we are looking for a general secretary, they are completely dwarfed.
But no sooner the counter argument would be for the general secretary position, the CEO of a huge part like the NDC, who will be over a certain level of gravitas. So be or the parliamentary caucus and
the MPP are great party.
Say
they have a 38-year-old general secretary who has never had any experience in national leadership of
the party.
Or for you for organizer.
Sure.
And OKDCU no have a general secretary. Does it mean that the NPP is not a great party? And now we are my members of parliament cars here over there temporary. I natural let us stop one. So where lies that argument? Where is the gravitas? You see, it is authority, respect and discipline. When you respect yourself and you are disciplined, even the president will respect you. You understand? That's all there is. So yes, you eat with kings. Yeah. You are able to eat with kings.
The last 4 years, that argument.
The last 4 years. The last 4 years. General has given me an unfettered opportunity to virtually run the general secretary, the secretariat. Yes. And he has guided me every step of the way. He has really impacted me in a special way. I wasn't looking at it, but he just gives me the opportunity and he guides me. Go this way. Oh, you say go this way. Oh, you say I didn't know that he had this plan. Say, yeah, now I'm planning out to work. But it was a very great opportunity, preparation meeting opportunity, and that's why I'm here today.
People then not say, then General Otokunor Air Bar. Then there is nothing new. The same general legacy na it was.
A very problem kakra. A very defective analysis. what it simply means is that all the experiences of general, it has been downloaded onto me. And the difference is me, my personal skills and capabilities. And that will even make it better, because I do not intend to be a general mosquito. I have a lot of general mosquito in me, but I intend to be a General Otokunor. If General Mosquito was a great general secretary, I intend to be a greater general secretary. What you say? Skill on any mistakes, or there's no way I'm going to do those mistakes, because I've studied him very carefully and the things that he has done, and that we are on one case better to this level. And I have been enriched with the better part. You understand?
Yeah.
So mistakes that general did, I will not do. I say, what car? Now, what the ama driver needs on Kanawa famit. Now, when he meet na ye juma, ebia ye ko odoko canis. Unze portals na wakwanes. Esan say, when the mate waka no musa, only baby a portals ni na wo. Na uye juma na sua driver no. Afisi si a won driver no. Wakwa dream ye ko station kra wo na park car no scale. Ye car no ye fia wo na wo de ko wasin be ko horo. Say problem bi ba wa driver se fa ko shop na ko ye. Wakwa dream akwaje license junior driver waka no mu. Ndi no say driver no anytime bia ne hododo ne bia ozi o fa car ne ko na ko yesi bra. Papa ya kwa ba yesi akwa ba yesi ye nyina wani ka wo na wani ehu say akwa ne yesi ne pa obo ne homode na ho keka kra konkan. Na chief driver so na nkaka ne bi ba. Wana de ka ne be ba. Abubu ya afo na abubu ya drivers no mo nam che so mo peka na twi no. Immediately a vacancy abeto na driver ni car no abubu ya afo ne be ba omo so peka na. Because your opportunity will be up be atwi. You see, in this election there are people who really want to serve diligently and produce results. And there are others who want to occupy position because they think they deserve it. Because they've been around for long. Yeba hache.
But interestingly, Otokunor, other contenders no have also been national party executives before. And the last time, in fact, I've spoken to the two, and Sana Elvis tells me, say, opposition currently one why deputy general secretary da. He's become director of elections for the party. Fifi Kwete I a propaganda secretary for the party, and Uboni Dia or I synonymous with the NDC's communications bureau. In your experience at the national level da, and to top it up, no matter your ministers of state da, why do you think it was a party for no Eja Yomusin Chebefa Otokunor?
You see, near Dikai. None of them has had an experience in the office of the general secretary like I've had.
Really?
First of all, first one now the deputy general secretary.
Yes.
The circumstances and the conditions and the period is completely different from this period.
From ND.
It's almost 16 years ago. And you see, Odi 2 years. And now Okodi minister.
Sure.
So the last 1.5 years of the 10 and reorganization, she was virtually not doing party work. And you see, that was the first time General Mosquito was becoming a general secretary. So General Mosquito, the first time, obviously, in the experience, and better than this. Yeah. So if even he has gotten any experience on the job, it wouldn't be like this time. And you see, the circumstances at the time was completely different. And you know, when it comes to experience in the office of the general secretary, in contemporary times, obi a waben enim party na dwuma no wadom asiko owo ntiase ehunsie hunu honimdie in this contemporary times, all of them are completely dwarfed. I always say omu nyina no ne omu de chen me age as in number any be a height anybody asa ne aka ni nyina wo boss pe me wase omu de are completely dwarfed.
94 so unye minister da
na making say age any number. Now minister no dey dey.
And for party.
David. Minister has nothing to do. Minister has nothing to do with the work that we are going to do. Party adwuma for minister won ba bia. Odi afro bia why party adwuma na busa no. Say a completely different terrain. It you know, so obi say we di minister. Okay, we di the minister ne dey wom. Grofo bebre person we di minister. But adwuma na da ho no enye da adwuma. You need somebody who can humble himself, go down to the level of the people, somebody who can consolidate the gains. It's in the menu and mini or mujina no share one track record even with going down and consolidating the base, exciting the party base. They have not really had that track record. In fact, on track record, no, on the contrary, does not speak.
Yeah.
Like, well, say, to me, energize it. Menu abakuya, no, MP say. Ocean records, every in the constituency on you would see clearly how the progression is. Upobia, Wababedi Dominim, Apre, Afredom. You see, General Secretary Ejuman, Don Fre Ejuma. You are the chief organizer, the chief spokesperson, the chief administrator. You understand? It's what the NSA will be predom, Afredom, Abuabua Domano. Now, we will be our shitty doma, obey the party, and the mama Nejina. You are
not being fair to him.
No. Oh, there be. I mean, I'm not. I'm speaking in general terms.
I know.
Say, don't afraid you, man.
Yes.
Now you'll be out shit on my own to me, and yet.
That is not to say, sir, or more.
Okay. But we share Obia Juma. Now share the we are on track record. Nipano to me. Or side, canipa boom, to me, organize the amount for, rally amount for, and all that. So I think that, I stand very tall. And you see, grassroots for any new party for any
party grassroots,
party grassroots for they want somebody who shares their aspirations. Somebody who shares their difficulties, somebody who understands their struggles, somebody who knows their challenges. Obi o ti omo pain, omo ye odi ase. Obi oni omo wo from ho. Somebody who obi timi akọ nanim. Na ode ne how akoto nanim. Say nipa no onim say nipa no track record of tema or ahon fama bia nipa no ode wasem kọ nanim a opese o ye hu bibi. That's all leadership is about. So in this contest,
and you feel there's any strength going into this election.
Yes, I mean, Sebium Prediasa, strength in the dorsal, so on, strength in the dorsal, and all this while I've been trying to put them one by one. But you would see that when you put all together, say here's I'm Snamitroya, a full distinction. You understand? A full distinction. Because I have acquitted myself creditably in every indicator.
The next general
party operative. And you see, general has set a standard. And that standard, you need somebody who would be able to do even more than what general has done. So what you say? For the past years, I have been on the ground with the people.
Yeah.
Free time how many times now? You don't see me.
Yeah.
I don't do radio anymore. But I'm one of the most impeccable communicators of the party. You understand?
Yeah.
But I'm also on the ground. You understand? So I've lived with the people. I've shared their story. And they identify with my story. You understand? So everybody wants a space that they share. You understand? So that they can feel comfortable to relate. So it's me when you say about to my senior comrades, my senior brothers, in fact, I have very good relationship with them. Elvis in particular. Very, very good relationship. Those days, me a student, I had a very good working relationship with him. Most of my operations, I was liaising with him on those operations. I have very good respect for them. They are great guys. But I think I'm the best when it comes to this moment. Job. Yes, when it comes to this job. I'm the best. There's no two ways about that. And I think I will do a great job. You see, you compare to me. Yeah, pre to me 2024 about to no Sebiu enkoye bayira abrewajo. Akufo-Addo will not just sit down for us to take power. He has assured these people that he will hand over power to an MPP government. And make no mistake, Akufo-Addo doesn't joke when he says those things. You need somebody who really understands the psyche of what we are dealing with. Somebody who understands the grounds. Obi a what tie adwuma say. Obi a wonim form. Obi onim how to confront these people and how to deal with these people. And before Boamah Otokunor dia no musuro. Enye ne. Oh yes, e bom hu pa. E bom hu enye ne. It's not today. It's been a very long time thing. And you see, above all other things, when you be or TM people for us, how they operate. And I know the MPP very well. Koko and will tell you. You see, those days, you're trying to predict how when you make this move, the MPP will operate. And you will make the move and they will give you that response. You will make the move and they give you. I know the MPP very well. And I know how to deal with the MPP. I know how to take power away from them. And at this crucial point, a party who cannot survive without winning and saving this country in 2024. And now Fanny Koto Chacha. A papa be a friend, Mr. Libenu. Or your constituency treasurer, why you so? Na me call her campaign ko kasai. Me we no sorry and no say 94. Na kamamba kamahano. But obeto abama me. Ninti obeto abama me di ni bibia semu ni sika ne ahodi nyina be semu ne se. Otoka na what the car ne ma driver ne meet. Omo ye adwuma car no mu 2 years. Na ne mate ni sia driving kwaje license and so still no ye adwuma car no.
Yeah.
That is a lawyer person.
Sure.
Why ye adwuma e ma no. Because kwaje license go betimi agya ho akotwi car foforo. Na ne driver ne ye na adwen so ontwi car ne biom. Na ne driver ne ye na adwen so ontwi car ne biom wo hwe ne mate ni sa say mate we cry or young man or a small boy and then you so crack we me the car you man ahwa na why car ne basa ma me wonim say mate na twi car ne da ko yesi sabo na so say amemene fe kakra ne entiase kakra won say enipa bia sa na yete sa pepepe na amanfo yi omo keka nsem they are not too sure and most people no omo kasa na so they are afraid to say bia na mentimi andi nkodim so ade ase na kwa so adwuma na amaye ni nyina na ayekwa enti sa niam no ne fia ni ntino wan fa adwuma na ama mate no ena Mr. Lebe ne kofa o se oprobi na ni afi ena o kofa papa pe ne mu bi de car ne ma no 3 days pepe na car ne engine boy onim ne ntia car ne engine boy because car no na enum oil na mate no ye adwuma o car no mu onim car no enti no onim se o mo kɔ trip mienu miensa bia ba esi ya top 1 liter 1 liter driver na de car ne man nim sa problem to nim car ne yade wonim car ne problem 3 days na engine boy Mr. Lebe ne savings awaye nyina okoyi ye e de siesie car no and na osa de ma driver no o de ma driver no and di na otwe and na driver no esanya fault kese pa says awaye nyina okobo besia beka ho and na o de siesie car no and na osa de ma driver no na otwe pepepe na osa de kotwi ye afeni won say chale me ye di nkwase asem ena wo frɛ driver ne say fa me car be si your man ena okofa mate ne de car ne man 2 years ni mate ni twi car no car ne gina ne na so
come
Mr. Lebe ne lesson ne say why a big mistake aboka bebre but onu de ni tia ye car no timi nyaaye e de amobi fufura ma ne twi e me ye to aso but party no 2024 you lose election intimi and sign cover you lose completely and we have failed this country because 2024 battle no for NDC it's for the people of this country they are crying for a savior they are crying for the NDC to rescue them
Asempa FM
timem for edia benediao omo show bi obeje omo hwehwe for NDC and omani da yanim yentimi fa nkoto chacha enya afeni ebeka se o we the minister da na we ofri angonani enti ne yempe ba ko nche ha mate se me opuna ne ba ko nam na o se angonafo na ye stronghold enti no obi anim enti yento ba ko ma no ne edi kan enye no kre se angonani bi anim in fact ye current executive se ewo mu no ye vice chairman Kofi Ato principal comrade Kofi Ato speaker of parliament chief advisor angonani senior angonama
or say akobio
oh me nim say obekobio
okay
but you see o hwe elections na ye positions ni na chairman pen angonani contested abana ye to no last week no youth dia no ye nipa 4 ne mu miensa ya angonafo
oh okay
le youth ni women no ya to abayi 4 executives that have into first executives enya dada no miensa ya angonafo
say George Parado
root sedo ya angonani elom akwambia ya angonani ena jifatega ya angonani and you see that one is even flawed on the start. Then let's look at we winning power. Yeah, they don't want to win power. Me ameti hey. See, I cannot say near the Bayer Juma. Me did say nobody should vote for me because maybe I belong to your tribe or I speak the same language with you. No, I wouldn't want to accept that. I want you to vote for me because I'm competent and I can do the job. And I've proven say I can do the job. But what the hell fancy they no put their castle. Me ameti hey. Me yen cranny. Esa ya santini. In fact, aduane abusua wo dwabe me na me ye omo abusua pani. Yes. Aduane abusua wo dwabe. New dwabe hanom me papa
Koforidua new dwabe.
No, Asante dwabe asem na.
Okay.
But me papa.
Okay.
Ne papa every new dwabe. Ne papa nua direct. One father. And they akresi boaten.
Oh.
New dwabe man hene ansa na kwaku boaten ba, ansa na oti boaten ba, and yafa new dwabe.
Oh.
Eti ne fa yen kran. Ne fa free dwabe. And me maame enso ye dwabe ni. Eti wo hwa I come on board with 3 regions. Asante region. Yeah, Niema Asante region mark the second highest vote for the NDC every time. Greater Accra, Emma NDC the highest vote every time. Yeah, in fair leader. It's young crowd for no. So no. You mark the highest vote every time. And crying the president that. And crying the vice president that. And crying the chairman that. And crying the general secretary that. And crying the organizer that. And crying the youth organizer that. And crying the women organizer that. Every line position in the end is in crying the that. And so yeah, every time you contribute the largest votes. Okay. Asante for also. When the president when this muda. When the vice president that. When the chairman that. When the general secretary that. When the organizer that. When the women organizer that. When the youth organizer that. When the any position, top position be when this muda. And so almost on my second highest vote. And see a person reward you be near predo near Petumia. Eastern region. Eastern region. Also on a vote to do free. Also massive free honor. It's no. So by now because say yam peba could be ma na free board town kwana. Meanwhile, nipa many or mujina me no nyina e votarians. Me no nyina e vote. And I show more contest ya positions in nyina votarian contest.
Contested.
Vice chairman votarian for no be say me no say miensa. General secretary me no. Deputy general secretary miensa. Organizer ebi wom. Women organizer na ebi wom. You are sorry, women organizer na ebi. Deputy no na abem. You understand? So, o shares our tragedy when you know, or the sad year no, a yin in so engineer fairly. Name one said, Minia penny, no, on only level we are do our this high in your policy. Also, yes, I to fall flat. We must win the elections at all costs. We can't fail the people of this country. Neither can we fail our teaming masses in the NDC. And that means that the kind of leadership that we need in this election is a solid, efficient, effective, results-driven leadership. Competent leadership, courageous leadership, fearless leadership, leadership of courage, leadership of accessibility, grassroots leadership, approachable, affable, reliable, trustworthy. Grassroots leadership, relatable. Obi asebio ni nim de wa na about one sem about one say yon konkan. The last 16 years I've been working in elections. Me say back crowd. I've been working in elections. When you the last 4 years I was the point man at the EC. Because I understand the election laws, understand the election processes very well. And everybody knows that. So me nim de our party structures ma. See our party structures cry your orientation. Many senior comrade Alaji Hudu Yaya, and we are the 2 people who teaches party structures, party management, and Kasa. Many most of times why senior man to Nimra now me. It's near ba party in Tiasi no nim party in say party to toye a quiet better to party no a managing a year. And also so no me map me a pabene a woman. Minu anomon ben who baby. In fact, one more friend I busa as a chere a 1 year maybe home. Every time. You understand from me. So a buy no swa me wo a bag grassroots me wo a ba obi a obetimi akọ no ho akọ nanim ni na kodi nkomo a me wo empanifo ni nyina no esan se meni mensa orunti no empanifo no so sabi
oni o matena se adidi
oni o matena se adidi omo nim me bobre na ye kan nyina no party no ye hwe party ni wi a ese hwe se nipa no odi party nanim no woni omo amukosi akan wa other side no ese hwe CMP for a 38-year-old man.
I hear he's
40. Okay, no problem.
Recently turned 40.
We did 40 this year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, say we did 40 this year. Ocean experience. One no be commander in the opposing party. Now, fe obia one no ebobre age no as ye pe Yentiasie any knowledge about youth, which would be the key decider of the 2024 elections. Eyepe. Now what the experience better to home. What the nimdia better to home. What the siahunu better to home. Now I stand very tall. And he comes nowhere near me when it comes to courage. When it comes to like the kind of brave a year here. Akukudro. I the party nene moja. So unim no. And I only me. Media when me ache. Unim the way I may
that's all on the carriage. He might be Nidimina might come across will be or yet slow.
Oh no, forget about even demeanor. Forget about demeanor. But even if it is demeanor, you know, measure my demeanor and measure his demeanor.
No, the Americans
and based on that, make your judgment.
No, the Americans. He looks like Obia or a car. Very cool. But no, just on your color.
But so your car, man, a boss or no your cam because or your cam na me your camera and only here they are pre to me. And so 2024 and when you buy rabri wadu and a brantian ceremony kwakwaye. See a car brantia Otokunor ya brantie. A car street in so a cobolo and so Otokunor cobolo. A car or more being with Trimu Academia, Pabne Power Otokunor. A car or more that form with me brom once and you will be able to Otokunor. So wouldn't you rather want to go for the best?
Otokunor, my main kind messages kakana fi yen twatwe Ekosiisen suni higher Empire FM. Dr. Peter Boamah Otokunor, a General Secretary hopeful for the NDC this Saturday. They are party, back Congress war and cry. These are some of the messages Amode Abba Aod ask him. Some of them nafi assign so ashe atwaso. Okay, this one says, "Good afternoon, Obi. Kindly tell Mr. Peter to say it as it is, that massaging issues in terms of in the transit way from customs and Komwa Dean earlier, Bernard Odrunyako, thank you. Let me come to the messages for today. Efo Emmanuel, I'll read your message later. But this one says, good afternoon, Obi. In fact, Peter Boamah Otokunor is a great guy, very solid and a sharp young gentleman. Permit me to use this opportunity to appeal to all delegates to vote massively for such a great personality. Obi, let's join hands and pray for Peter Boamah Otokunor. Alfred Kojo Tradels and or the way I'm praying. This one says that Obi, I don't think God considers age before using someone for exploit. Rather, he considers who is ready. That's why Jesus was well used from a little age and did great things in his 30s. If Otokunor has gathered all these experiences to ready himself for exploit, he should be granted the space to serve. Afishiapa to all Ghanaians listening from the Adentan constituency. Thank you. This one says that, Obi, tell Otokunor I wish him well. He is a great guy. We of the NPP will plead with them not to kill each other this weekend. Samuel Brian Boabin and Onodiwe Abba. This one says that Obi, Dr. Otokunor under normal circumstances should have been the natural successor to General Mosquito, but the forces against him, I feel, is huge. A huge hurdle for him to overcome. I believe he possesses the experience to lead, but his recent calm nature is what will go against him, since the NDC believes in leadership of radicalism and vile buga instead of results. I wish him success though. Farouk Tema. Obi, good afternoon. Did I hear Honorable Dr. Otokunor touting himself and said he built the presidential website that President Akufo-Addo is using now? That's good. But ask him, did he sit under a tree to build that website? Ask him for me who built the Jubilee House that he and former President Mahama sat in and worked during their tenure.
Yeah, website near Flagstaff House, near Castle.
And now Usu.
Usu near no.
Oh, okay.
Now yeah, Flagstaff House, man, yeah, more Jubilee House.
Okay. Yaquinta in Ashaiman, do you have the answer to your question? This one says, Obi, Peter Boamah Otokunor has the needed skills. The skill set and competences to manage the administration of the NDC. Also, his non-core competences such as good personal relationship is superb. I think he's the right man for the position of Kroya Boa Ewo Breman Benin. Obi, kindly ask Otokunor if he's read Martin Amidu's article on ethnocentrism. Also, if he's related to Joabin Fie, but he is like me. We cannot be Ebusua Penin because our mothers are not from Ashanti region. Wish him the best of luck though. Nana Udru Safo. Okay. In the wood, any different.
And to me, you know, my mama side.
Oh, my side. And I would Ebusua opinion.
My side.
And Tinano Drosafo, that's the answer to your question. When so Obi, Elvis a free Ankara is also from Ahenema Kokobing. That's his father's hometown. Okay, Ahenema Kokobing. Obi, good afternoon. Dr. Otokunor's intelligence is not in doubt. He is a solid guy who can do the NDC General Secretary work to keep them in opposition. Obi, kindly ask him, quote, with all his certificate and so on, does he think his party NDC won the 2020 presidential elections? Eduana Bakweku Amponsa or Abeka Republic? And Udiwe Abba. Okay. This one says a happy birthday to my lovely wife, Mrs. Buedu, from Mr. Buedu, aka Abrewa in Bubuashi Abrewa, Oyeri Edina Woda and the Yamana Woda Pa. Wafa K Ewo Neoplan Station Cycle. Obi. Otokunor is the best candidate. Greetings to the second vice chairman for Buakwa South constituency, Nana Kofi Fredia or Jubilee House. Obi, kindly ask Peter Boamah Otokunor his take on the sudden wrangling in his party. Again, ask him what he intends to do in order to prevent the reoccurrence of these internal qualms should he be given the nod. I wish him well anyways. As for General, the least said about him, the better. Jomo Pokwase Festus and Odiwe Abba. What he intends to do as General Secretary, Yamaho, Afeni Eba Bidin come about what he would do as General Secretary. We say, Obi, I also resigned from VAT in October 2009, whilst we had lost power to go and partake in party work. Obi Mantayao, Protozoa, Office of the Chief of Staff. And he says, we need members of the NDC alive, so please tell them not to kill themselves this weekend. Protozoa and Onodiwe Abba. This one says, this attitude of politicians showing their ancestry and where their family hail from when they are looking for positions must stop. Finally, Otokunor might have not even visited those places he says he comes from. Kwesi Reynolds, Ewo Agona or Dobing, Edia Onodiaba Enie. Obi, good afternoon. Please tell Doc that we the youth will not disappoint him. He is the best person to replace Chairman General from Francis all the way in Sunyane. In Obi, I've always liked Dr. Peter Boamah Otokunor, especially he comes from the best hall in Africa, the Commonwealth Hall. In all things, I say he's very hardworking. Although I do not belong to the NDC, I pray he wins. Greetings to the people's mother, Honorable Joanna Frances Ada, Greater Accra Regional First Vice Chair, and greetings to Senior Goodfellow, Head of Communications at the NLA, Barrister Danny Edewe Abrain. Lot of your messages. I'll come back and then Otokunor will respond to some of them. Now, we then zoom into what he wants to do differently as General Secretary of the NDC. So, Motu Abano Ede Emana. After this short break, we'll get